What's good, fam? Today we're back with another video, and Fabfilter just dropped ProQ-4. Now, I have ProQ-3, so I kind of want to do a reaction to the plugin boutique ProQ-4 video and see what they got in store for us. I hope they got some dope upgrades because I really like the Fabfilter EQ. I use it a lot. I'm excited to see what they got in store for us. Follow me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get straight into it here in a second. I will have links in the description for ProQ-4. There will be a Sweetwater link where you can get ProQ-4 at a payment plan if you don't already have it. Or you can go to the plugin boutique link, which I'll also have, and it's an upgrade link if you already have it, so you can get it for half off. Now, this will be at no extra cost to you. I'm just helping out the community a little bit and trying to make everybody aware. You're welcome. Now let's go ahead and check out this video.
Producers, Fabfilter just dropped ProQ-4, the end of the year special. In this video, I'm going to talk about what's new, what's improved, and what you need to check out when you get your hands on this incredible EQ. First up, adding EQ curves gets so much easier and even a little fun. All right, so the first cool thing about ProQ-4, before we get into the really fun stuff, is this sort of outline. So as I drag up, you'll actually see right here, and if I click, that outline becomes an active filter, which is really great.
Super speeds up the workflow. So you don't got to click it and then select between the nodes. You can just hit wherever you want and it just pops it there. That's good.
Really high, and over to the left, you'll actually see that it becomes a shelf. And that's the same thing with down here.
Wait, and it changes automatically? That's cold. That's cold.
That's a low cut. But if I bring it up, it becomes a low shelf, and so on. So really far down, we'll get a notch. This is just a really easy way to add filters or see what's it's going to be without having to add a filter and then change the type. So if I know I want a notch, instead of having to do 3 or 4 clicks, I just come down here and I'm going to get a notch.
That's dope.
Really great boost in workflow. Absolutely love it. Now the fun doesn't stop there. We've got the new EQ sketch tool. If I click right here, let's say I want to low cut that and then boost it towards the highs. Look at that. The sketch that I've just drawn has been created with however many filter nodes ProQ-4 thinks I need it. All right, the next incredible new feature, and it's probably the highlight in my opinion, is the spectral processing for EQ nodes. I've got this piano here. And if I make this node a dynamic EQ, right?
Okay.
You'll see that the cut's happening very broadly, and that's going to be based on the Q value of the EQ node.
Yeah, so it already worked like that.
But that's quite limiting, or it can be. If you want to be more precise and more surgical, you can use spectral processing, which will take this range and divide it up into individual frequencies or bins. And to do that, in ProQ-4, you just click right here. You will immediately see that it's not a very broad one. It's actually happening way more precisely based on the incoming signal.
This is going to let you get surgical with it. ProQ is already a surgical EQ. They're taking it to the next level with this right here.
We have more controls. If I click right here, I have the density. So this is how many bands are in there, right? So if I pull it all the way over here, it will be a much broader cut, almost similar to if I didn't have Spectral on. So you can see it's, it's almost like the same thing we had before. It's a little more precise, or a lot more precise, but it's still pretty broad. If I pull this all the way over now, you can see that like individual notes are triggering it. And of course, we still have threshold controls. We've got our attack and release will also apply to this new spectral processing as well as just the dynamic EQ. And we also have the resolution button over here. So we can go low, medium, and high.
Okay.
So I've got my baseline. And we're going to use a dynamic EQ node to duck it out of the way of the kick. So if I just click and drag down, that's a pretty standard cut there. And we don't want to do that because that's just going to cut no matter what. If I hold Control and click right here, it will set the node back down to 0. And if I just come over here to the outer ring of the gain knob and pull to the left, I'm going to get reduction dynamically. So right now it's reacting to the bass itself. We're going to change that in a second. If I click right here, you can see that we've got the band right here. If I switch this to free, I'll now have the filter. I'm not getting the sidechain signal yet. This would still be if I wanted to, say, duck the bass out of the way of some upper frequency content of the bass. This might be helpful in drums and stuff, but obviously not bass. So what we want to do is activate the external sidechain, which is right here. If I click that, I'm now going to get the signal. Now, depending on what type of DAW you have, you want to send the sidechain signal into the ProQ-4. In Ableton Live, that's right down here. I'm just going to use the drum loop. And now, if I go ahead and play, you can see that that's reacting, but we don't know what to. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. If I click right here now, I'll hear what the filter is listening to.
Oh, that's
so you can
dope.
see right now I'm filtering the sub bass to the hi-hats.
I probably wouldn't do that.
I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but that's what's happening.
You just said the same thing.
Now, another way we can do it is turn off the headphones and come to the analyzer and just engage the sidechain. And now we'll see the purplish bit is the bass and the red is the drums. So now we can use that and take the filter over to just where that kick is happening. And we can even, again, engage the headphones just to be absolutely certain. And now we can just go from here and do whatever we want. We can pull down how much of reduction's happening. We can adjust the threshold. And now that we have the attack and release parameters for a sidechain, you generally want the attack to be super fast. And the release, I would say, I'm just going to leave it where it is. It's perfectly fine. And you just need to make a decision from there on how much you want to cut.
I might use that, but I might use some other ways to do it also. I ain't set on that yet, but it's nice to have. It's nice to have.
So when you have multiple ProQ-3s in a project and you come down here, click, you can now see it all in one spot.
Oh, wow.
This is my sort of little navigation window, and I can go up and down, but I can also zoom in or zoom out and really see what I want. I can use my mouse wheel to go up and down or use this little navigation window over here. And whatever one you have selected is what will be used to show masking. So right now I've got my vocal, and if I play it.
Oh, snap. Oh. That right there is a game changer. I'm so, because that's going to make separating out stuff and carving out those spaces super easy because it show you exactly what's covering it up. And then you can just go to the other EQs that you already see and carve that frequency. That is crazy dope. I'm sold. I'm going to get it right now. Let's see what else this thing got though.
These red highlights are telling me, listen, that's where masking is happening for whatever you have selected, in this case, the vocal. Now, I can also come in and tweak any of these that I want. Isn't that crazy? Now, the fun doesn't stop there. If I click right here, it will become even more dynamic. I love it. If I hover over something, it will get bigger so I can make more precise adjustments. Now, this will be relative to whatever the size is.
Yeah, that's dope. That is
so depending on how much you need, and again, my mouse wheel will allow me to go up and down or this little menu over here. Truly fantastic. We can search for anything we want. We can also use pins. So once again, let's come to my vocal. I want to pin my vocal. I want to pin the strings, the piano, and now if I come over here, I will just see whatever I've pinned. Now, renaming can happen inside of here. It will, by default, take whatever the channel's name is, but if you want to rename it, you can just do it inside, and now that's what it will be. It won't change in your DAW, but it will change here. And in terms of colors, so if I come out of here, it will update depending on whatever color you have. There's also a new filter node called All Pass. This is what it looks like. You can adjust the Q and the frequency position. This can introduce phase adjustments without changing the gain.
Yeah, this is definitely dope. Like I said, I'm already sold on it because of that masking feature. I feel like that's next level. And I already use ProQ-4 a lot, so just upgrading it's a no-brainer for me. That being said, if you need like a surgical EQ, something that you can get real down and dirty with, ProQ is a go-to. If you don't got it, I would say go ahead and get it. Now, bad thing about it, full price, it's expensive. If you don't already have ProQ, it runs $179. That's pre-tax, so it's expensive. But if you do already have a version of ProQ, the upgrade price is like $88, $89. So it's not bad if you already have it. But if you don't, again, it's $179. But I did help you out with the Sweetwater link. So if you click that Sweetwater link, you can get it for an affordable payment plan. Good looking, right? I think it is. I definitely think this is a dope plugin. I'm going to get it as soon as this video is done. I'll see y'all in the next video. I gotta hurry up and go grab this thing. I'm out.